Hello and welcome dear professionals, students and learners to the another interesting topic on dissolution testing and acceptance criteria. And this video will cover the S1, S2 and S3 stages and requirements as per the USP. The S1, S2 and S3 dissolution testing and acceptance criteria is for the immediate release type of formulations. So once you have a dissolution specification in your hand for the test product, that means you have finalized the dissolution method, you have finalized the dissolution specifications, and now this product is being tested for the dissolution. So we have to consider the USP requirements for the dissolution testing and acceptance criteria of the immediate release formulations. See, the dissolution testing studies the time required to release the active drug substances into the dissolution medium, and USP General Chapter number 711 is there for the dissolution testing. See, dissolution testing is a in vitro study, that is outside the body, and in the dissolution testing the drug release rate is tested. Then what is Q value? Many of the professionals find this difficult to understand. That's why this video is prepared, and I assure you, after watching this video you will get complete clarity on the dissolution stages with the examples, and you will never forget about these S1, S2 and S3 stages. So it will require your 100% attention on each and every point of the video. See, Q value is the amount of dissolved active ingredient, that is not the label claim. Suppose your formulation is a tablet formulation and it is containing 100 mg of the API. So what will be the Q value? Q value is the amount of active ingredient that is released at the specific time point, and it is the percentage of the label claim. Suppose you are making a tablet of 100 mg and you are giving a label claim of 100 mg, and your Q value specification is not less than 75% at 30 minutes. That means the 75% of the label claim, and for 100 mg tablet it will become 75 mg. The examples of IR formulations are IR tablets, immediate release tablets, immediate release capsules. The capsules may be hard gelatin capsule or soft gelatin capsules, and also the IR suspensions. Dissolution profile is an in vitro study to identify the percent rate of drug dissolved at different time intervals. And as per the USP, 3 stages of dissolution testing are given. The stages are S1, S2 and S3. And this dissolution testing is done stage wise. For S1 stage, 6 units are taken. For S2 stage, another 6 units are taken. And always remember that the formulation testing goes to S2 stage if the formulation dissolution testing fails in S1 stage. If the dissolution test passes the S1 stage, then it will never go to S2 stage. So for formulation you have taken 6 tablets, you have performed S1 testing, and if it is passing, then dissolution test is passing. If the formulation fails in the S1 test, then another 6 units will be tested and the formulation will be going to S2 stage. Now if the formulation passes the S2 stage criteria, then the formulation is passing the dissolution testing, and if the formulation again fails at S2 stage, then S3 stage testing will be done. So in S3 testing, another 12 units will be taken and dissolution will be performed. So in S1 test, you will have 6 unit data. At S2 stage, you will have 12 unit data. That means 6 units from the S1 stage and 6 units from the S2 stage. Then in S3 stage, you will be having data of 24 units. 6 from S1 stage, 6 from S2 stage, and 12 from S3 stage. So remember that each stage has increasing the number of units. If your dissolution fails at S1, go to S2, repeat dissolution with 6 units, compare the data or check the data of 12 units, that is S1 and S2, and if the formulation passes at S2, then no need to go to S3 stage. Otherwise, you have to go to S3 stage with testing another 12 units. So now let's see the interpretation of dissolution results as per USP chapter 711 for immediate release type of formulations. This states that unless otherwise specified in the individual monograph, the requirements are met if the quantities of active ingredients dissolved from the dosage units tested conform to acceptance table 1. Continue testing through the 3 stages unless the results confirm at either S1 or S2. The quantity Q is the amount of dissolved active ingredient specified in the individual monograph, expressed as the percentage of the labeled content of the dosage units. The 5%, 15% and 25% values in the acceptance table 1 are percentage of the labeled content, so that these values and Q are in the same terms. Now see the acceptance table 1. What this acceptance table 1 is talking about. So in acceptance table 1, there are 3 stages. Let me zoom in a little bit. Now see the acceptance table. Stage 1, S1, S2 and S3 are given. Number of tested units are 6, 6 plus 12, and here it is the acceptance criteria. So first of all, you should decode these requirements or acceptance criteria. Consider you have a Q value of 75% and your specification is at 30 minutes. So your dissolution release specification will become not less than 75%, not less than this 75% release or dissolved at 30 minutes. Consider it as at 30 minutes. Now what the S2 S1 stage is telling us, each unit is not less than Q plus 5. Now your Q is 75% and this S1 stage is saying that Q plus 5, that means 80%. So if each of the unit is at least 80% or above 80%, that means you are passing the S1 stage. If your dissolution is not at 80 or the average is less than 80, then you have to go to S2 stage. And this S2 stage says that average of 12 units, that is S1 and S2, is equal to or greater than Q. Now you have Q is equal to 75%. So average of the 12 units should be at least equal to or greater than 75%, and no unit is less than Q minus 15%. There will not be any unit which will be releasing less than Q minus 15. That means 60%. No unit is less than no unit is less than 60%. If the dissolution testing fails at S2 stage, then we have to go to S3 stage. And what this S3 stage is saying, average of 24 units, that means 6 plus 6 plus 12, S1, S2 and S3 is equal to or greater than Q. What is Q? It is 75%. So average will be equal to or greater than Q, and not more than 2 units are less than Q minus 15. So at S3 stage, not more than 2 units are less than 60%, and no unit is less than Q minus 15%. So there should not be any unit which is giving release less than Q minus 25%, that is 50%. So now let's go to the examples. You have tested 6 units and now you have data of 6 units. Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you have tested the dissolution of the test formulation and you got this data. Now you will say that this is the profile data, and in QC testing only the Q point is tested. So I have just taken this example for your easy understanding, but you consider the time of 30 minutes only this time. So what is the S1 criteria? Our Q value is 75% in 30 minutes. S1 stage criteria is each unit is not less than Q plus 5, that is 80% in 30 minutes. So here you see all the units are above 80%. That's why this S1 test is passing. Now when this S1 test will fail, let's see here. First unit is 80%, another unit is 78%, 77%, then 80%, sorry 82%, 79, 79. So some of the units are less than 80%. This one, then this one, then this one, this one and this one. This is average. So some of the units are less than the 80%. That's why here the S1 stage is failing. Now once this happens, we have to go to S2 stage with taking another 6 units, and now you will be having data of 12 units. Now this units data is taken from this failed data of S1 stage, and another 6 units are to be tested. What is the criteria of S2 stage? Once again we will see it. Average of 12 units, that is S1 plus S2 is equal to or greater than Q, that is 75% for this example, and no unit is less than Q minus 15, that is 60%. So here you can see there is no unit which is less than 60%. All the units are above 60%, and the average is 79%, that is above the Q of 75%. That's why this formulation passes at S2 stage. Now for your understanding, another example we will take where the S2 stage is failing. And here it is the example. Failing S2 stage. Now this data is taken from S1 stage and you have taken 6 unit and tested. So one of the unit is coming 58% at 30 minutes and it is below the 60%. No unit is less than Q minus 15, that is 60%. So here one unit of out of these 6 units is going below 60%. That means 75 minus 15% criteria is failed. That's why the S2 stage is failing. See here the average is 76%, but the S2 stage is failing because of this one unit. So S2 stage is failing. See, take another example of failure of the S2 stage. Now once again we will see the criteria of S2 stage. Average of 12 units is equal to or greater than 75%. No unit is less than Q minus 15. That means 75 minus 15 will give you 60%. Here 2 units are below 60%. In example 1 it was 1 unit, now it is 2 units. And because of this the average is also failing. So this is the failure of the S2 stage. Now after failing the S2 stage, we have to take another 12 units and we have to perform the dissolution at S3 stage. Now we have taken the 12 units data from S2 stage. 6 unit came from S1 stage, another 6 unit from S2 stage, and now we have to perform dissolution on 12 units and we have to compare the data as per the S3 stage. So S3 stage says that average of 24 units, that is S1 S2 plus S3 is equal to or greater than 75%. Not more than 2 units are less than Q minus 15. Not more than 2 units. See, there is a relation between the S1, S2 and S3. In S2 stage, not more than 2 units are less than Q minus 15. So if that is failed, you are coming to S3 and S3 giving you the another relaxation that no unit is less than Q minus 15. Now you have 2 units less than Q minus 15. So you are performing the S3 stage. Now see the data. The 2 units are less than 60%, but no unit is less than Q minus 25%. That means 50%. So all these units are above 50%. 2 units are less than 60% but above 50%. And the average is 76%. This one. So average is passing. Average is above 75 Q. It is passing. There is no unit which is below 50%. There are 2 units which are below 60%. So this S3 stage is passing. Now we will take the example of failure of S3 stage. See here, 2 units are less than 60% and 1 unit, 3 units are less than 60%, 58, 55, 59. So this criteria is failing, that not more than 2 units are less than 60%. So here 3 units went below 60%. That's why the S3 stage failed. But see here in this example, no unit is less than 50%. Also, the average is passing here, that is 75%. But total 3 units are below 60%. That's why this S3 stage is failing. Now coming to another example. These examples I am making for your easy understanding. See here the 2 units, like above example, 2 units are below 60%, and 1 unit went below 50%. It came 49. So the S3 stage is failing. Here also the average is passing, but the 60% unit criteria and 50% unit criteria is not meeting. That means 1 unit is going below 50% and 2 units are going below 60%. So because of this unit number 13, the S3 criteria failed. Now you will have a question that what if S3 stage fails? So if S3 stage fails, then there is no remedy for the dissolution testing. This indicates that the dissolution testing is failed and we have to investigate the reasons for the failure, and these are investigated by OS, that is out of specification results. So your specification was 75% plus 5%, that is 80% at S1, then 75% average at S2, and no unit is less than Q minus 15. Then at S3 it became average equal to or greater than 75 Q, not more than 2 units less than Q minus 15, and no unit is less than Q minus 25. So if the dissolution fails in S3, then there is no remedy over that, and that should be investigated. In QC, if the dissolution testing fails in S3 stage, then that batch cannot be released to the market. So these are the requirements of the dissolution testing and acceptance criteria for immediate release formulation as per USP. S1, S2 and S3 stages are there. I hope you might have understood the concept behind these S1 and S2 and S3 stages, and always remember that whenever you are having a dissolution specification in your hand, then before checking the dissolution results, you should decode and have a perfect understanding of these values. That is Q plus 5, whatever the Q is there, if your Q is 80%, Q plus 5 will become 85%. If your Q is 75%, your S1 criteria will become Q plus 5, that is 80%. Q minus 15 will become 60%, and Q minus 25 will become 50%. So I hope you might have liked this video, and if you don't understand any concept, you can rewind and revisit the video many times so that you can understand. So in S1 stage, all the units are above Q plus 5. In S2 stage, average is equal to or greater than Q, and no unit is less than Q minus 15. Then going to S3 stage, average of 24 units is equal to or greater than Q, not more than 2 units are less than Q minus 15, and no unit is less than Q minus 25%. So thanks for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe to the Pharma Learning in-depth channel. Thank you.